Hey everyone, how's it going? It has been quite some time since I've done one of these, but we have a lot of new material to show you and then walk through and basically start to hit some more tutorials and show you what we're doing and how we're building, and then hopefully, it gives you more inspiration and ideas for your builds as well. So Um, first things first, obviously, we have the new model, GPT 4.0, which was released 3 weeks ago now. Obviously, the cheaper model, a stronger model. You can expect changes in real time as the models are released. OpenAI continues to work in the back end to improve the models. So, as you know, with Cuppa is not a set it and forget it type tool. It will constantly change, week over week, month over month, certainly quarter over quarter, year over year, right? So it is something that you have to continue to refine. But, generally speaking, you should be able to get there with some testing and, really focus on the inputs, which obviously drive the outputs. That's the most critical element. And test. I mean, it's you're tweaking your prompts, you're going into your presets, adjusting, literally every item, and just seeing the results. I mean, you could have multiple couple of screens up and test 10 articles with 10 slightly different variations in real time and see the results. This morning, actually, I was going through some questions within Discord, and people are questioning the you know basically shorter articles now are appearing. Why is that happening? So it really is it, of course it could be the model itself, but it really in most cases is uh, really figuring out how to then update your side of the equation for the input to feed into OpenAI to then direct the output. So keep that in mind. I try to always say that in every video that we do, but sometimes it gets lost. I just really want to reiterate, the more you work with the tool, the stronger you'll get at it, and it'll become secondhand nature where you know where to look, essentially. And it's worth doing because that's why we're very different than everyone else, right? You're generating articles for 10 cents, as opposed to $3, $4, $5 a piece, right? So I beg you, if you have time, just do some testing and you'll see for yourself the different results. But so each model, just again hitting some very quick things. Each model has different output because the model's different. So keep that in mind. Each has a different price point. Input and output tokens. GPT 4.0 is the most recent model. It is the cheapest. It's the fastest. Recommend using that. GPT-4 Turbo is still great. 3.5 Turbo is still great. 4 is the oddball out, where it, yes, has great content, but it's weirdly enough still pretty expensive. So just keep that in mind. You have your presets here. If you're a power user, you get all this data here from the SERPs. As a reminder, if you click this button here, it will use this data here as this Mayo Clinic article about healthy sleep habits. If you grab the entire outline, this is going to pull in the entire outline. The entire outline and content from this article into your article. So it is using our RAG implementation of that article within your article. So that's the context it's going from. It will use the same outline if you keep the same outline and build based off that with your prompts that you have selected. So just a reminder of how that works. It doesn't have to be one SERP. It could be, hey, let's grab this whole thing and let's grab from Sleep Foundation H3, 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 right? So it will do the same thing. It'll grab this entire article plus these three if you add them. So let me just show you that just to, okay, let's add this, this, and this. So that is exactly what we're just talking about. So that's that. You can add in your research data here individually. It's a text box. Eventually, sometime in the summer, it's going to be more features there, some type of direct pull. Obviously, the newest and latest feature that I highly recommend is this fetch from Perplexity. Perplexity is a great feature to drag in each element of research that you want. And the way it works, by the way, is it's based on the custom outline where it's, let me, hold on, delete this real quick and do a, so this, by the way, generate headings, just to make sure everyone knows, is a AI optimized outline based on the top SERP results, right? So we are going through the top SERP results and creating for you via basically a prompt the best outline. So that's what's happening there. If you have the Perplexity fetch on, what it's going to do is it's actually fetching each H2 and H3 individually, right? So it's a smaller API pull, but it is grabbing each H2 and H3. As opposed to say, hey, let me just grab an API pull from healthy sleep habits. It's actually more involved and detailed, nuanced, right? So it's going to grab each of these and drag it in. Highly recommend playing around with it. It definitely takes some work with Perplexity pulling in. If you want to add research here, FAQs, news, whatever you want to grab in and add here, just be wary of the input limitations. I've run into this a lot myself where I'm doing SERP add additions here plus Perplexity, and I'm running into essentially your context window feeding in is too much, which is for me, I always preach the inputs the most important part to get the most quality and consistent output. I've been running into that a lot myself, where we have too many token uses on the input side because there's so much available to us, right? So we can grab the SERPs, pull in an article that we love from Mayo Clinic or Healthline or whatever it may be. We can add Perplexity data, research data to it. So the inputs are becoming more automated and streamlined. You're grabbing the top SERPs for the top article of healthy sleep habits. You're also adding in Perplexity, right? So you're doing a lot of things in the inputs to really drive the output of the article. So keep that in mind. Definitely test. As always, I highly recommend doing your presets. It will just populate all of these, which is great. Just a reminder here too, you can just add in sleep 101, enter, drops it in down here. You can H3 it, you can H4 it, you can H2 it, you can change it. Let's sleep, enter, right? So changes it. That's great. I know we have the new feature of the templates are starting to all come in. Product Roundup, killer. Highly recommend using it, especially if you're doing a lot of affiliate work. Right now it's connected to Amazon. We will have more coming there soon. But basically this is the same functionality, FYI. This is, you can add your shortcode in here. Affiliate table equals 106874, whatever it is, right? And within the article, it will leave a space for that. It will code it in there, so just when you drop it into WordPress, boom, done, right? So I feel like a lot of people still, and this is probably on our side, not explaining it, but that's a great feature. Custom code, anything goes here. If you want to do an infographic, if you want to do a video, if you want to do, you can do a lot of this stuff directly in WordPress, depending on what you're working with, Elementor, whatever type of template you're working with. You can do a lot here, right? Just think of any type of custom code. You can even just make this a placeholder for an image, right? That will come up. Use Midjourney, right? So say you want to only use Midjourney when your VA team is doing this. You could leave this in here. let's call it VA team add Midjourney image, right? It's not going to pull the Midjourney API image, right? But it will instruct within, once this article is done, and say your team has it in the editor, it will be very clear that they should be adding a Midjourney image here. So again, you can leave a note, you can code in a video, you can code in a quiz, you can, endless things with custom code. So don't forget that as well. Definitely continue to play around with your presets here. Always test new things. Be wary though, if you're at 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000, like I am. If you're using Perplexity plus SERPs plus 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, you're going to run into limits. That's just where we are right now. I'm sure in the future, those input context limits will increase, which would be great. But just be wary of that. Definitely use target word count. Default 300, 150. Make it as high as you want. We are working on a real feature here that does the entire article. Hey, I want to be in this range, 750 to 1,000. So that is coming. Another feature soon in sometime summer 2024. Highly recommend content manipulation. I actually think we're going to do this at a system level as well. There's just the standard adjectives, adverbs, and words. Delve into all this stuff that are very AI like. They scream AI in my opinion. So right now this is 100. I do think we'll do some system ones. Potentially. You never know what people want, I guess, but highly recommend this. Discord has some good options here. AI images, generate AI images. This is only available if you're a power user. In-body images. Don't even bother with DALL-E 2. Just do DALL-E 3. You can do your custom styling. So yeah, just keep that in mind. That's running through everything real quick. Power user, obviously you have all this good stuff over here. You can add all this stuff in there. You also have exactly this view in editor as well, plus some more things. We're still working on this, but we have discussion of forums. We have Amazon merchant account, things like that within the editor as well. So keep that in mind. Going back here, just thinking of more things that I could do to help here in just an update of where we are with Cuppa. YouTube suggestions. Let me just explain how this works. Currently, we are always trying to fix this because it is it's good. It's not great. Great would be consistently getting, let's say, 80, 85, 90% of what the intent of the article is based on the section that you're doing. Right now, it's probably more like 60%, which is really annoying. But we're constantly working to fix that. We've heard from you guys. I fully agree. It's not great. It needs to be better, and we're working on it. But just real quick, how it works. It basically goes to your H2s and looks up, uses this as part of the title of the prompt, establishing a sleep schedule, and also uses the target keyword up top here to basically combine into a prompt to then search the Google API for the result. So it's not perfect. We keep trying to improve it. We will improve it further, but just keep that in mind. By the way, if you want to include YouTubes and you have them, just include them with the custom code here. Very quick and simple to do. Or that's again only if you want it within Cuppa. If you're doing edits within WordPress anyway, just do it in WordPress. I mean, no big deal there. So just over here. So you have more keywords if you want to drop in keywords in here based on the top SERPs, Amazon listings. We're going to work on improving this, but this gives you, should give you sleep aids. Let's try this. Fetch. It does take time. The API is slow. It's annoying. And then let's do sleep masks. I don't know if this is going to get us anything good. We'll check. But anyway, more and more things are available here. Again, this is all just think the input side of the equation, right? Where you can click, see more data and detail about, hey, maybe you add in. I've seen actually people, which I think makes sense, have like a section down here. Let's call it from around the web, right? Actually, I wouldn't do it this way. I would probably do it via placeholder and just drop these in. So I would do add custom code here from around the web. Okay, and then I would add in like say, Reddit, and then drop in the code. Again, this has to be done in the back end too with the editing, but this will give you an idea of how you can start to use Cuppa in more detail. So that's that. That's basically everything. Let me discard that. This is how it works. So, right, like you pick the model. Each model is going to be different. Just keep that in mind. I shared that in Discord today. I did the exact same presets. I cleared out basically everything and was seeing the difference between each. 3.5, I think, I had these on presets of 0 default. Yep. GPT 4.0 I think was 1100. 4 Turbo was 1700. GPT 4 was 1400. And I think 3.5 was like 1300. So exact same keyword, exact same prompts, very limited. I didn't do the Perplexity pool or anything like that, just to see the difference. So that gives you an idea of how Cuppa is very customizable to what you're trying to build. But the downside of the customized presets and all these things is you have to really test. I mean, I think I have said that enough in this video, but just making sure that's fully known. I promise you, if you test and get the results, it takes, my suggestion would have 5 or 6, windows open of Cuppa, run each one at the same time. We're talking literally 2 minutes to see the results of each, right? And then you can do that. It depends on which model you want to do. You want to do cheaper content, 3.5, 4 Turbo, 4. So, you really have to dig in and, test the different article types, test the tone of voice, the point of view. If you like the key takeaway section, if not, testing do you want the AI generated headlines, optimized headlines? Do you want to do your own headlines? Do you want to import them from SERP? So we're giving you the goal here for us is to give you a lot of options to have the best type of input possible to create the output. The downside of giving you all of this is, not the downside, but the reality is you have to test. Like if you think you're just going to come in and just, do healthy sleep habits, first article generation, GPT 4.0, don't do anything, leave it as is to generate. Yeah, it will be an okay article that I think you can get to the point of, doing some edits. I always do edits. Some people don't. I think Todd gives a good example yesterday on Twitter of he did a product roundup and he just published, and within a week he was making money. So it depends on how and what you're doing, what website you're building for. Are you building for a customer? Are you building for yourself? There's a lot of different ways to do this. So just keep that in mind. I think this is good for this video. So yeah, GPT 4.0, obviously play around. It's a moving target. It will continue to improve. When it does, we go back and basically try to optimize our prompts for each model has different prompts because each one is slightly different. And then highly recommend Perplexity. Again, if you have the power user, drop it in your settings, which let me move myself here. Let me exit out settings, and you can drop in your Perplexity. There's an API key thing there. You can really see my test, by the way. when I get in here to start really doing tests, they're pretty much doing a lot of different variations of prompting. Is where I come down on. Let's hit one more thing. The templates coming up here. Product roundup is done. Location page, newsletter, and social. Technically, I have access in an environment to test these already. Like all of our current templates, we'll probably get a first version out soon that then needs additional work. There's always like the optimization side on our team side to help improve the output, which we have like a formula to do. Again, it really depends on how you want to use this, what you're using it for. Some people like thinner content. Some people want the 4,000, word article that's a 20-minute read. Everyone uses it in a different way, which is awesome. We love that feature. But you really have to dig in. But anyway, so these are coming soon, definitely sometime in June. This is June 14th, by the way, 2024. So sometime in June, these are coming. Let's just go through this real quick. Amazon. So yeah, I do think we're going to add more merchants here as well. But obviously Amazon being the quick and easy way to get started. If you haven't, very quickly to, sign up. If you are signing up for the first time for Amazon affiliate, definitely make sure you look at what products you want to do for trying this. The commission ranges are with Amazon very small compared to what you can find in, depending, Impact, Everflow, Share Sale, Commission Junction, Partnerize, all of these affiliate networks, Sell Health, like there's a million affiliate networks. There's a ton of offers. Amazon obviously is the most simple to probably get up started right away, but just make sure you understand the commission structure when you do. But yeah, this is how it works. Let me just work through this. Sure. Let's just do best coffee makers. Yep. Next. Okay, so we're fetching products. This is pretty cool. We have a product box you can use. I think we'll add more here. I personally use I'm sure many people do that do the affiliate game. They have some type of license to affiliate table, whatever it is. There's 20,000 of those things. So keep that in mind. We do give you one here, or you could just drop in your short code. Either works. A little less prompting here, but the cool thing is you can select your products to drop in. You can add in your affiliate ID. Acme Health 123. That's not it, but just giving you an idea. If you don't want the product box or none, or you can do short code, just do it. You can toggle any of the models you want. Oops, did I do that? Let's include the featured image. All of this good stuff is still here. Content manipulation, highly recommend. And then let's just, cool. Add that. Now you're ready to go and you start to generate the article. One thing real quick too is anytime you hit generate article, it saves a draft now, which I know we had a lot of requests for actually, where you can very quickly go back into that draft and iterate, right? So that's what I do when I test. Essentially, I save the draft, generate article, open up another window, go back to that draft. I have the same thing here because it's just as it generates. So it's literally ready to go and you can, quickly move on. Anyway, this is product roundup. Highly recommend playing around with this and learning just the process. If you're new to Amazon affiliate, definitely check out their entire offering, how to get signed up. It's pretty quick. They offer lower commission. It used to be very different. Lower commissions are because Amazon obviously converts at the highest level in terms of conversion rate out there. But you can find some wins for sure. You just have to know where to look and know how to build it. And hopefully this is a step for helping you to build and publish these things within 10 to 15 minutes. We can obviously build the article in about 2 minutes. Me personally, I always go in to edit it. But as our good friend Todd has said, you don't have to do that. And I think a lot of people probably don't do that. So to each their own. But that can get you up and running with affiliate links out there. I think Todd was building on a expired domain that he had that he repurposed, and it's a DR30. And again, I think he built this on June 5th and June 11th. A week later, he made his first commissions. Now, again, it's I think it was $7 CAD. But hey, I mean, it's a starting point. It cost him 30 cents to make in about 2.5 minutes of his time. So, you can start to understand that's great at the very individual level. The whole idea with Cuppa is how can you, 1,000x that, 10,000x that, 500x it. That's ultimately what we're trying to deliver here with the platform, is giving you more and more ways to build great content that can rank, not just informational articles, but now more and more of these product roundups, location pages for local SEO. That's a big one. Programmatic, I think a lot of people probably still don't use, but it's great. It works. Do exact match domains on services and do programmatic builds for a variable change that is city tree trimming removal. You can add in your 3 service providers that maybe you sell leads to and build an entire state and build Florida, all the cities, 560 cities in Florida with programmatic, right? So there's a lot you can do. On our side, we're going to continue to, evolve with the technology, and most importantly, hopefully getting you more and more of these videos, because I hope they're helpful and not just me rambling like an idiot. But anyway, let's wrap this one up. This is the mid-June update. I would lastly say there's, what we talked about, the additional templates are coming soon. We do have an additional RAG preset element that's coming that is persona, which I think will be very helpful. There's a lot of things you could do with persona, including like humanization prompts to really, if you do the whole AI scoring thing, help there. Which, by the way, there are some great tips in Discord for humanization. Basically, really working with that extra content prompt. I think we're actually going to do a system-wide humanization prompt to help with just making it look and feel less AI, which, we try to give you with this content manipulation tab. And then we also are going to do things internally to help there too. So anyway, that is the update. If you have any questions, you know where to reach us, but hopefully this has been helpful.